Welcome to a space where stories come alive, where the pulse of modern culture beats through art, music and film. Here, we journey across vibrant eras, exploring how creativity shapes who we are and how we see the world. If you love discovering how culture evolves and inspires, be sure to like and subscribe so you never miss an episode of these energetic, optimistic explorations. In this episode, we travel to the Netherlands just after World War II, uncovering how artists, sculptors and filmmakers used new movements and ideas to redefine identity. Together, we'll witness the artistic transformation that launched the country onto the world stage. Get ready for a deep dive into bold creativity where every stroke and sound tells the story of a nation's rebirth. Chapter 1. Post-War Expression, Art and Identity. The aftermath of war left the Netherlands searching for meaning and renewal, and artists would be at the heart of this movement. Canvases brimmed with optimism, while sculptures bent toward new forms, and early filmmakers crafted ambitious visions. It's here we trace the start of a national reawakening that electrified galleries and cinemas, and set the tone for decades of innovation. Willem de Kooning, a Dutch-American painter, became a key figure in abstract expressionism. His energetic brushwork and vivid colours spoke to the struggle and hope of building something new from the ruins. Dutch sculptors experimented with shape and space, infusing public parks and city squares with art that called viewers to engage, imagine and participate in society's renewal. The country's landscapes became living canvases. As artists created visual revolutions, filmmakers picked up their cameras to capture shifting realities. Documentarians and narrative directors explored themes of identity, recovery and change, often blending fiction with real life. Their films resonated far beyond Dutch borders, earning acclaim at film festivals and introducing global audiences to the distinctly resilient, inventive Dutch spirit that was reshaping the national psyche. The 1950s and 60s marked an explosion in artistic collaborations. Painters worked with designers, sculptors teamed up with architects, and filmmakers borrowed from the visual language of the avant-garde. New collectives and art schools sprouted, fostering bold exchanges. The result was a culture buzzing with experimentation, where every wall and stage became a proving ground for innovation and identity. Works by artists like Carol Apple and the Cobra Group broke boundaries, rejecting tradition in favour of spontaneity and emotion. Their murals and canvases pulsed with colour and energy, upending conventions and inspiring younger generations to embrace fearless self-expression. By challenging the status quo, these visionaries paved the way for the energetic and optimistic culture that defines the Netherlands today. As we close this chapter, the impact of post-war creativity is clear. Art in the Netherlands became a language of renewal, resilience and connection. Each stroke, sculpture and film invited people to reimagine themselves and participate in a wider conversation about identity. This bold artistic wave set the stage for a country known worldwide for cultural innovation and legacy, still alive in every gallery, street and festival. Chapter 2. Music and Media. From radio to streaming, Dutch culture pulses to the beat of invention and rhythm. In this chapter, we journey through the decades as the Netherlands reinvents the way sound and stories reach eager ears. From the crackle of radio airwaves to the electrifying current of digital streaming, every shift in technology marks a new era for Dutch expression and innovation. Step back into the mid-20th century, where smoky jazz clubs nested deep beneath cobblestone streets. These lively spaces buzzed with music, and radio DJs spun foreign records, introducing young listeners to new sounds. The atmosphere was a blend of anticipation and rebellion. As radio signals stretched across the country, Dutch music lovers found themselves part of a growing sonic revolution that would eventually resonate far beyond their borders. Soon, television entered Dutch homes, bringing moving images and pop stars into living rooms nationwide. Programs fueled national conversations about style, politics, and identity. Children hummed along with televised bands while parents debated late-night talk shows. This era forged a common cultural language, where media and music became threads that wove people together, drawing Dutch society closer and igniting imagination from city centres to rural towns. As the decades passed, the Dutch music scene blazed with creativity, from the energetic birth of nederpop to the emergence of rebellious punk and dance subcultures. Small record shops became hives of artistic discovery. Independent radio stations championed fresh talent and experimental sounds. With each new genre, crowds gathered in underground venues, eager to catch the next musical wave, showing how Dutch fans and artists shaped and responded to the times. The evolution accelerated with the rise of electronic music. The Netherlands became a launchpad for global DJs, hosting epic dance events that drew crowds from around the world. Innovation thrived under pulsating lights locals, and visitors lost themselves in the transformative energy of techno and trance. These festivals did more than entertain. They solidified the Dutch reputation for pushing the boundaries of sound and spectacle with bold, optimistic flair. Suddenly, the digital age arrived, opening new vistas for creators and audiences. Streaming platforms broke every barrier. Any song could reach any listener, anywhere, anytime. Dutch producers and artists seized these tools, connecting with fans far across the globe. The media landscape became more democratic and vibrant, allowing even the smallest voices to echo loudly, and creating unprecedented opportunities for cross-cultural inspiration and exchange. Today, Dutch festivals explode with colour and sound, uniting global music lovers under starry summer skies. Influencers livestream sets and interviews, bridging continents with real-time connection. Traditional genres find new life beside experimental hybrids, and the nation's role as a cultural crossroads grows ever stronger. The present moment beats with optimism, celebration, and the fearless mixing of influences from every corner of the world. Through each leap in technology and taste, the Dutch spirit of creativity shines. From intimate radio shows in hidden basements to record-breaking digital streams, the country's music and media story is not just one of adaptation, it's a tale of leadership and vision. As we tune in to this ongoing evolution, we witness how sound and media continue to shape not just Dutch identity, but the wider world's cultural pulse. Chapter 3. Global Art Presence. Artists Abroad. As Dutch creativity flourished at home, it soon crossed borders, sparking inspiration far beyond. Dutch artists and designers caught the eyes of tastemakers in Paris, New York, and Tokyo. Their vibrant canvases, inventive films, and fresh ideas filled international galleries and festivals, connecting worlds and cultures. The journey of these pioneers invites us into a global conversation fueled by cultural curiosity and artistic passion. In bustling cities like New York and Paris, Dutch painters and photographers found themselves amid energetic scenes, both influencing and being influenced. Their distinctive voices bridged modernist ideas with Dutch ingenuity. By experimenting with new materials and forms, these creators both honoured tradition and boldly broke away from it. Everywhere they travelled, Dutch vision melded with local perspectives, creating original works that still leave an imprint on the world. Film, too, became a passport for Dutch innovation. Directors brought bold stories to Cannes, Berlin and Venice, blending sharp visuals with uniquely Dutch storytelling. Audiences worldwide discovered tales that wove humour, honesty and a touch of the unexpected. Every screening helped reinforce the Netherlands' reputation as a wellspring of creative energy, establishing Dutch filmmakers as daring voices on the global stage, eager to share ideas and discover new storytelling frontiers. Design played a starring role. Dutch designers forged collaborations with international brands, leaving their signature mark of clarity, wit and minimalism. Whether it was graphic posters, sleek furniture or innovative public spaces, their work influenced creative hubs from Milan to Tokyo. audiences embraced a style that was both functional and imaginative. This creative exchange turned Dutch design into a language understood and admired by people from all corners of the map. Festivals and exhibitions acted as grand stages for this cross-cultural exchange. Dutch artists not only showcased their own work, but eagerly absorbed trends and inspirations from around the world. In every gallery and at every festival after-party, ideas bounced across languages and backgrounds. Collaboration sparked, fostering friendships and networks that transcended geography. It's in these lively gatherings that the Dutch inventive spirit thrived most, feeding off the world's creative pulse. Being abroad challenged Dutch creators to see their heritage in a new light. While their roots provided a strong foundation, the excitement of global scenes encouraged fresh perspectives. Many artists discovered the freedom to take risks and test boundaries away from home, resulting in some of their boldest projects. Home and abroad intertwined as international experiences reshaped both personal growth and the landscape of Dutch art itself. Language and cultural differences brought unexpected opportunities for Dutch artists. Learning to communicate their vision across borders, they developed universal themes that spoke to global audiences. Artworks and films created by these trailblazers translated uniquely Dutch sensibilities into stories, images and sounds that people everywhere could feel and understand. Their willingness to adapt and experiment became their greatest strength, ensuring Dutch creativity continued to shine worldwide. As we look at this global art presence, it's clear that Dutch pioneers built more than artistic portfolios. They built cultural bridges. Every painting, film or design was an invitation to connect, share and collaborate. Through their journey, we see how creativity sparked dialogue and understanding between nations. The legacy of these artists inspires the next generation to keep exploring, keep making, and keep sharing their voice with the world. Keep making and keep sharing their voice with the world. Chapter 4. Festivals and Freedom. Celebrating culture. The Dutch cultural landscape truly comes alive in its festivals. Imagine the streets brimming with music, laughter, and bright bursts of creativity. Across cities and towns, people gather for open-air performances and joyous parades. It is here, amidst crowds and melodies, that freedom feels tangible, a space where everyone's unique self finds a place to shine, and communities connect in celebration. Step into the vibrant world of Dutch festivals, where art and music unite all walks of life. At these gatherings, the line between artist and audience blurs everyone, becomes part of the spectacle. The pulse of live bands and the colour of street artists create a constant feeling of surprise and inspiration. These festivals are invitations to join in, express yourself freely, and experience the rich tapestry of culture in motion. Festivals in the Netherlands are more than tradition. They are living, breathing moments where old customs meet fresh ideas. Imagine wandering through bustling art fairs, where paintings, installations and digital works spark conversations among strangers. In every corner, creativity jumps to life, and the community gathers not only to enjoy the spectacle, but to generate something new and electrifying together. During music festivals, open-air stages light up city parks and urban squares with sounds from every genre. Eclectic crowds dance side by side, classic jazz drifting through the night, pulsating electronic beats energizing all ages. These shared moments build bridges across cultures and backgrounds. The freedom to move, to listen, to celebrate together shapes a sense of belonging and a feeling that anything is possible. Street parades bring a wild, spontaneous energy to Dutch cities. Imagine costumed dancers weaving through neighbourhoods, brass bands echoing down narrow alleys, and confetti swirling in the air. The parades are both playful and powerful, using costumes and music to tell stories old and new. They celebrate diversity and let everyone feel like a vital piece in a larger work of art. Art fairs add another vibrant layer filled with pop-up galleries and hands-on workshops. Visitors mingle with artists, try new techniques, and discover unexpected styles. These gatherings are grounds for experimentation, where young creators display their visions and legendary figures inspire with bold ideas. Surrounded by works that challenge and delight, festival goers feel invited to participate in the evolution of culture itself. More than just entertainment, these festivals foster open dialogue and new perspectives. Ideas born in an impromptu discussion or shared over a street food stall can ripple out into larger movements. It is in these lively spaces that cultural boundaries soften, and people experience the true energy of a society that treasures freedom, autonomy, and the power of expression. Here, the seeds of progress are sown. Here, the seeds of progress are sown. Festivals in the Netherlands are celebrations of unity, freedom, and bold imagination. Every song, every brushstroke, every parade step pulses with history and dreams for the future. In these moments, communities remember what connects them and envision what comes next. As the music fades and lights dim, the shared spirit lingers, reminding all that culture is a living force, ever evolving and brilliantly alive. Chapter 5. The Language of Design. Visual Storytelling. Step into a world where creativity jumps from every corner, painting the streets, posters and buildings of the Netherlands with bold imagination. Dutch visual design is never just about looks, it speaks, it moves, and it shapes how people connect with place and time. Let us unlock the secrets behind these visual marvels that continue to spark energy and excitement around the globe. From dazzling graphic posters that catch your eye on city walls, to playful urban art that brightens daily life, Dutch designers have long used visuals to tell powerful stories. Their work finds harmony between innovation and function, merging wit with clarity. In the heart of the Netherlands, creativity is everywhere woven into public spaces, inviting onlookers to pause, reflect, and experience art as a living, breathing part of their surroundings. Typography plays a starring role in Dutch design culture. The bold, clean lines of the fonts used by legendary studios like Total Design or Experimental Jet Set are more than letters, they're voices. Each curve and angle is carefully crafted, turning everyday words into statements. Dutch typography is a global export, influencing magazines, logos and public signage, proving that type can be as expressive and vital as any painting or sculpture. Public architecture in the Netherlands is another form of storytelling. Buildings become canvases for new ideas, mirroring the country's openness to experiment and communicate. Glass facades reveal bustling life inside, while modern shapes stand out like sculptures against the historic skyline. These structures aren't just functional spaces. They embody the Dutch spirit of blending playfulness with purpose, making every street and square an evolving gallery of design. The Dutch approach to design often balances tradition with modernity. Designers pay tribute to iconic artists like Piet Mondrian or Gerrit Rietveld, infusing their bold shapes and primary colours into contemporary work. At the same time, they push boundaries, daring to break old patterns and invent new ways to captivate audiences. This attitude empowers both the creators and those who encounter their work on city streets or across digital landscapes. Urban art in the Netherlands turns every stroll through the city into an adventure. Playful murals, clever installations, and ever-changing graffiti walls blend humour with social commentary. Artists reimagine train stations, playgrounds, and even trash bins, transforming the mundane into the magical. These creative outbursts remind everyone passing by that art is not locked away in gallery sits entwined with daily life, radiating energy and optimism. The world looks to Dutch visual storytelling for inspiration. From advertising agencies to public spaces in distant cities, influences of Dutch design are everywhere. Designers experiment with colour, space and surprising motifs, always with a wink of playfulness. This design language transcends borders, sparking joy and reflection in people who may never have set foot in the Netherlands, but instantly recognise its bold, inventive spirit. As we take in the full spectrum of Dutch visual design, we see how the country remains a cradle for experiments that shape global trends. Whether in a striking poster, a whimsical building, or a playful street mural, each element tells a part of the nation's ongoing story. Dutch designers invite us to see the world through new eyes, embrace energy, optimism and creativity wherever art can find a home. Chapter 6. Diversity and Identity. Voices of Today. In the vibrant heart of modern Dutch culture, voices from every corner of society gather in dialogue. Here, traditions meet innovation, and old stories mingle with new dreams. The blending of background immigrants, native Dutch and creative trailblazers shapes a mosaic that is always evolving. This dynamic landscape is filled with energy, discovery, and a collaborative spirit lighting the path ahead. Step into a world where diversity is not just embraced, it is celebrated. As new generations rise alongside established artists, the cultural fabric of the Netherlands grows ever more colourful. Every day, conversations on city streets, in theatres and among families spark fresh ideas. Through these dialogues, Dutch identity is reshaped, carrying forward echoes of the past while propelling new voices into the spotlight. Listen closely to the pulse of Dutch cities' rhythms shaped by people from around the globe. Interviews with young creators reveal a spirit of openness, weaving stories of migration, belonging and ambition. The daily sights and sounds slaughtering cafes, music echoing down canals, public art splashed across urban Walsall serve as threads in this intricate narrative. The result is a culture perpetually renewed. Established Dutch artists meet fresh perspectives in vibrant collaborations, erasing old boundaries. Migrants bring their heritage, blending flavours, sounds and viewpoints with the local landscape. These fusions spark movements in art, music and fashion, producing bold statements that reflect a society in flux. Such creative collisions drive both innovation and understanding, celebrating individuality within a larger, shared identity. Snapshots of everyday life: morning markets, bustling schools, and open-air concerts capture how diversity is lived and felt. Children speak multiple languages, neighbourhoods pulse with multicultural energy, and street festivals become living galleries of traditional and contemporary expressions. This is Dutch culture in real time, vivid, surprising, and always growing through exchange and encounter. Conversations across generations and backgrounds fuel resilience and empathy. Openness to new voices is a defining feature, whether in politics, music, or street art. Dialogue isn't always easy, but it's the foundation for bridging gaps and reimagining what Dutch identity means. In every shared story and creative project, the spirit of togetherness sparks optimism for the country's ever-changing cultural landscape. Interviews highlight how individuals see themselves not as outsiders but active shapers of culture. Whether producing avant-garde films, composing new music styles, or designing bold fashion, these voices offer fresh visions for what it means to be Dutch today. Their contributions are powerful reminders that identity is not static, but ever-evolving, crafted through both tradition and constant reinterpretation. Today's Dutch culture is a living testament to dialogue, creativity, and openness. The collective story is packed with hope, movement, and possibility, shaped by voices that echo across time and space. As each new perspective is welcomed, the national narrative becomes more dynamic, proof that diversity is not just a theme, but the very heartbeat of a society determined to redefine itself for generations to come. Chapter 7. Legacy creativity as national DNA. Across centuries, Dutch creativity has pulsed at the heart of the nation's story. Today, it's more than a trait. It's a driving force woven into daily life. In every city and village, echoes of innovation still ripple proudly. Where others see boundaries, the Dutch see opportunities to reshape, remix, and reinvent. This spirit leaves an unmistakable mark on each new generation. Dutch artistic risk-taking has never been just about spectacle. It's a way of thinking, daring to try the unconventional. Musicians, visual artists, filmmakers, and designers pass along a legacy of pushing every boundary further. Their courage inspires young creatives to question what's possible and to see challenges as invitations to play. Through these risks, a playful audacity becomes part of the national character, continually redefining what Dutch culture means. This creative mindset does not exist in isolation. Instead, it thrives in a national climate fueled by community. Collaboration is as celebrated as individual talent. Shared studios, collective endeavours, and dynamic public spaces keep ideas flowing. In the Netherlands, creativity bonds friends, neighbours, and strangers. Generation after generation learns that working together multiplies what any one person could imagine. Culture becomes a living dialogue, fed by many voices. The ripple effect of this tradition reaches far beyond national borders. Dutch festivals, films, music, and art exhibitions light up cities around the world. International audiences eagerly engage with bold Dutch visions, and the country's influence sparks inspiration globally. Underlining it all is a sense of playful experimentation and the confidence that new ideas, once set in motion, can reshape entire communities. Dutch art becomes both a passport and an ambassador. The willingness to innovate ensures Dutch culture's continued relevance on the global stage. Embracing new media, adopting digital technologies, and reinventing age-old techniques, Dutch creators keep their legacy vibrant and alive. A deep respect for tradition is matched by a fearless attitude toward the future. In this blend of heritage and bold progress, new forms of expression emerge, and Dutch culture keeps expanding its horizons. Today's young artists are inheritors and inventors. They draw from a well of collective wisdom while forging paths all their own. Movements arise, genres blend, and unexpected collaborations spark. There's a sense of permission and unspoken agreement that originality is admired, experimentation encouraged, and failure simply another stage on the journey. Dutch creativity thrives on its history, but it moves boldly ahead, always seeking new directions. In streets and museums, concert halls and digital spaces, the Dutch celebrate their living legacy. Creativity is not just a product, it is participation, celebration and connection. It is seen in everyday choices and grand spectacles alike. Through passion, playfulness and a shared sense of belonging, each new creative act renews the culture. The Dutch embrace their role as cultural leaders and continue to set the pace for a changing world. As this chapter closes, consider the ripples yet to come. Dutch creativity remains a dynamic force, always growing and inspiring. From local festivals to international art fairs, its spirit travels far in circles back home. The Netherlands demonstrates that when culture is embraced as national DNA, it sustains generations and transforms the future. Here, creativity is both inheritance and promise, fueling new dreams and forging connections across the world.